1948, friends. 1979, enemies. 2026, direct confrontation. This is the story of how Iran, Israel, and the United States went from allies to the brink of war. For over 40 years, these nations have fought a shadow conflict. Covert operations, proxy engagements, targeted operations, cyber activities, all without ever declaring official war. Now that shadow war has exploded into the open. This 5-part series tells the complete story, from secret alliances to open conflict. Part 1. How Iran and Israel went from closest Muslim allies to sworn enemies, and how the United States got caught in the middle. Before Iran and Israel became arch-enemies, before the strikes and the shadow war, they were friends, strategic partners, allies. In 1948, Israel declared independence. Arab nations went to war. But Iran stayed out of the conflict entirely. Iran was the second Muslim-majority country to recognize Israel. Only Turkey did it first. This was the beginning of a secret alliance. Israel's first Prime Minister, David Ben-Gurion, created the Periphery Doctrine. He wanted allies outside the Arab world. Iran was perfect. Iran was ruled by the Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, pro-Western, modernizing, and willing to work with Israel. Both countries feared Arab nationalism. Both were allies of the United States. Both saw each other as useful partners. Iran sold oil to Israel when Arab states boycotted them. Israel trained Iranian military officers, all behind closed doors. In 1953, the CIA helped overthrow Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister, Mohammad Mossadegh. Why? He nationalized Iran's oil. Operation Ajax restored the Shah to absolute power. It also planted seeds of resentment that would bloom decades later. For Israel, the Shah's Iran was a reliable partner. Intelligence sharing, economic ties, military cooperation. The alliance deepened. Iran had one of the largest Jewish communities in the Middle East. They thrived under the Shah. Synagogues operated freely. When Israel fought the Six-Day War in 1967, Iran stayed neutral. But quietly they continued supplying oil to Israel. In 1973, when Egypt and Syria attacked Israel, Iran again remained neutral. But the relationship was about to change forever. Arab oil embargoes hurt the West, but Iran increased production, quietly helping Israel and its allies survive. Inside Iran, religious leaders opposed the Shah. They saw his alliance with Israel and America as betrayal of Islam. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini, exiled in Iraq and later France, preached against the Shah and against Israel. Khomeini coined terms still used today. Israel was the little Satan, America the great Satan. Both were enemies of Islam. By 1978, Iran was on fire. Millions protested the Shah. The end was coming. In January 1979, the Shah fled Iran. The monarchy that had ruled for 2,500 years was over. February 1st, 1979. Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile. Millions greeted him. A new Iran was born. April 1st, 1979. Iran voted to become an Islamic republic, a theocracy ruled by clerics. The new constitution established supreme leader as ultimate authority. Khomeini took that role. One of the new regime's first acts: sever all ties with Israel. The Israeli embassy in Tehran was given to the PLO. Khomeini declared the last Friday of Ramadan as Al-Quds Day, a day to protest Israel and support Palestine. November 4th, 1979. Student militants stormed the U.S. Embassy. 52 Americans held hostage for 444 days. The United States broke diplomatic relations with Iran. They have never been restored. 47 years and counting. For Israel, losing Iran was devastating. A trusted ally replaced by an enemy committed to its destruction. Saddam Hussein's Iraq invaded Iran. A brutal 8-year war began. Israel saw opportunity. Israel secretly supported Iraq against Iran. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. But this was just the beginning. In 30 years, Iran went from Israel's closest Muslim ally to its most committed opponent. The next 40 years would be even more intense. By 1979, the alliance was over. Iran had a new government with a new mission, export revolution, and Israel was now the opponent. The shadow conflict was about to begin. The story continues. The conflict isn't over. The next chapter is already being written. Subscribe to Echoes of Time so you don't miss part 2. The most intense part is yet to come. Hit the bell to never miss another mystery.